Hello and welcome to this Virkayu gameplay channel and the first video on this channel. This is going to be an offshoot of the main one where I will have unedited, except for that beautiful moving screen, gameplay footage that I'll either live commentary over, give analysis, or it may even be my own footage where I'm basically just playing and talking as you would, well, I guess like every other League channel. However, hopefully this gives you some sort of, like HLG kind of content, rest in peace HLG, that can help you give you more perspectives and also just additional content that doesn't take too much extra time to put out. Obviously I'm going for a bit more high quality gameplay than probably most channels would in terms of the adjustment layers and things, but nonetheless I think this could be a nice addition to the regular channel, a bit more informal, won't be scripted whatsoever, not that most of my videos are scripted anyway. And so you'll hear the oohs and ahs and my thinking process as things goes on. Now this game is actually my game. It's a Virkayu Rek'Sai game. It's the first game I played when I came back from the Riot London event last week, and you saw us go on a cheeky invade there as a 3-man unit. When you have Nautilus, that's just basically what you do. And the Kayn for some reason face checked is blue and flashed, so hopefully you noticed that. Now I'm going from red to Krugs to Raptors here, standard level 3 clear. Now you'll notice that obviously at this point I haven't played Rek'Sai in a few weeks, and I just got back from the trip, so my clear is actually very bad in terms of raw efficiency and HP stacking. I was kind of just playing for playing, which is good. I mean, sometimes you take a break and you come back and you have a fresh perspective on what you need to do in order to carry from the jungle perspective. I said perspective twice. But you also might have a few mechanical lapses that affect you. Now, a lot of people will sit around here in auto, use Q on the babies. I just want to get out of there. You can get level 3 without doing all the babies, so it's just kind of leave that little one by himself. Bit of mercy to the rocky population of Krugs. Now, as you all know, you should focus the small raptors if you're a single target champion. Usually when you have machete you are. Rek'Sai does have that AoE, and then you save your smite for this raptor camp because it is a bit more finicky to deal with as Rek'Sai. However, it's not, I mean, this is not the most optimal clear. I would never show this in a tutorial. This is just lazy, not paying attention. First game back, you can tell. Now the goal here though is to go bottom lane and get that level 3 gank. You have a Nautilus, you have to assess which lane is best to gank. Mid lane, Orianna has a speed up. Bot lane though, we have the Nautilus and we can go straight in. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that's pretty good. And then I flash Q the Caitlyn. She had I can't remember in game if I saw a flash, so I wasn't sure. I just wanted to secure it. Now you see the Kayn has been shadowing me. That was good to get the Lulu. That was pretty easy, nice ganking angle. And as I'm going for the blue buff here, thinking Kayn is somewhere else, he did a good job pulling off and shadowing me. But if he wasn't going to get to the gank in the first place, he probably could have just finished that blue. But I guess he wanted to set that trap, get some red orbs. His bot lane's dead though, so my Nautilus actually does shadow up. That's nice. Gives me secure on the crab there. Now, so that's a good gank in the bottom lane. If you're Rek'Sai, you want to look at that angle. If the enemy bot lane is pushing you FCC, that's just an absolute free gank at level 3. Especially if the enemy is like a Kayn and he started red buff. Because from there you can get crab and then sequence into the mid lane. Miss your Q because you're Virkayu and you're old. But nonetheless, you grab that kill in the Orianna. Ignite used. Not the best combos. This is very rusty. This is what I kind of wanted to start with this game because it's a good game. We end up dominating quite heavily, but it also shows that you can do that even if you're having these misplays. And given that this was some kind of random diamond game, you know, that's all you need to know. If you can miss things and have the right decisions and still win and still carry, it's good to sort of have that in your back pocket. I put that ward there just for Ahri. Probably not the best ward, but I didn't want to waste time moving up. Kayn is going back. I keep the small screen there just because I think it's good to keep track of the enemy jungler. You can see he's gone back and he's got a Stalker's Blade now. About 430 in. Now, what Canyon would do in a lot of these cases, I stopped to chat for some reason. What Canyon would do in a lot of these cases is just go straight back to base and get the rubber banded Krug experience camps on the bottom side, which you can see have just begun to respawn. Now what I chose to do here was do the blue buff to secure the buff. I don't want to leave buffs on the map, it kind of bugs me. And then go for a gank on the top lane, but it is an Akali. I don't think this goes too well. Do I flash like an idiot? Oh, he hits it. I knock her up. We get the chomp down. Did I chomp too soon there? And then I missed my Q, I think. Just out of range. Yeah, okay. So, not the best beginning in terms of mechanics, which is good, because usually I'm better on Rek'Sai, so, you know, why would I show a better Rek'Sai mechanical game when I can show you me doing this? We can all laugh at my, you know, averageness. But then we can bait the counter gank, and it's kind of obvious. It's very obvious this is going to happen. That should be a dead Kayn. Yep, there you go. Oh, he gets a double kill. So he I played this last week, so my mind's a little rusty on it, which I guess is good. So that's pretty nice. Now we can shove this. Okay? I'll let you guys watch and decide if things were good or not. But the results are definitely good. Now, we don't want to have results-based thinking. I could probably hit that tower plate, but I think I'm more focused on... Or he said something in chat. Like, if your laner is gonna start getting super tilted because you're pushing the lane, even if it's the theoretical best thing to do, you gotta play the people as well as the game. Now, I left the Grump on the Wolves, you'll see. And he wanted to TP up there and get the tower plating himself, so let him do it. Normally, you would probably try and hit that, though. Definitely. So that's an absent-minded thing for me. Now, you see that Kayn has gone... well, he died. So he respawned, got 2 longswords, and he's gonna look for a gank on the bottom lane. Now, if I'm tracking him in my mind, I should say he's definitely going to do that, which I think I am here, yep. Predicted it nicely. Nautilus goes to clear the ward. We have the ping control. Very nice. Okay, good. Don't waste anything. Get the Lulu. And now we need to play this well. Knock up on the Orianna. She ults. I ult her ult. That was smooth, so I don't get stunned up. Jhin stuns Kayn. I get out of there. Kayn flashes away. And now we should be able to chase him down because the Ahri is rotating. Little knock up there. Give her the kill. And then she can chase down the Kayn. No, very nice stun by the Jhin. And Ignite Order. Beautiful fight. Very nicely done. So that was a good heads-up play from a jungling perspective, okay? I mean, she's waiting for the plant. I'm just kind of... I'm sort of thinking, wow, that was pretty cool. I'm happy with that. So that's an important thing to note when you're jungling. You want to go sequence down to your bottom camps. Maybe you killed the jungler on the top side. When he comes down looking for a bottom lane gank, if you have vision, it's very easy to track and set up a counter gank like that. That was very nice. That was a 3v4 until Ahri showed up, and the Jhin did a fantastic job. The Jhin did a fantastic job. That's all I'm gonna say. Great stuns, good flashes, and now the game technically should be done. But the focus here on this game when I come back and I haven't played in a while is I'm usually very hyperactive ganking and I ignore my camp sequencing. A lot of you know my camp sequencing is a little bit OCD. I get too attached to making sure I'm refreshing all my experience points. So I do red, go bottom lane, flash Q again. Flash off cooldown, back to bottom lane, use it for the same reason. That's it, that's pressure. Your ADC isn't there, but now you can push with your ADC once he comes back to lane. In the meantime, Kayn's on the top lane. He's done his Krugs, and I left a ward there, or there was a ward there, we pinged it out. Did we ping it out, or was them pinging it out? Either way. Might have been the bottom lane passive-aggressively pinging the Kayn, saying, well, Rek'Sai's camping bot, what are you doing? And that, when you're against a Kayn or something like that, Shyvana, and you're Rek'Sai, you have to gank a lot. You cannot stop. There's no stopping. Now he's gonna float into my jungle, and he's gonna help me out because when he see this is bad counter jungling. This is a little bit of a cheese strat I'm doing here. I'm hanging around like an Evelynn or a Twitch would. Doesn't really work, but it annoys them and it zones them while your team gets the plates. So it's a huge thing. Now Kayn's actually helped me out. He didn't even take my Gromp. He just took my wolves, right? Yeah, he just took my wolves, which is great. So when those respawn, I'm gonna get rubber banded. Those were level 1. I didn't even touch them yet. But now that gives me his blue, because he wasted time taking my wolves, thinking, well, Rek'Sai's on the bottom lane, I'm gonna take his wolves, but I'm gonna get his blue up for that. Swish. That's all I have to say. Swish. Man, when I take a break, I really do miss my skill shots. Orianna tries to roam, and look at that. That damage is disgusting. Hail of Blades, 6 kill Rek'Sai, Warrior is just so destructive. Here we go again. I'm gonna chase the Lulu, because she has an ultimate. Did I bite before my Fury again? I keep doing that when I'm... She flashes. Hit her with that Prey Seeker. There you go. Where am I going? She has no flash though, so... If he slows her, I should just be able to knock her up. Yeah, she's given up. That's what you're looking for. So, the reason I chose this game was purely because of these events. Okay, and I'm going back because I don't want to steal his experience. He helps me out by not letting the minions hit me. What a guy. What a great ADC. So, the whole goal for this game was camp bot and camp bot hard. And I decided that because the Nautilus and the Jhin have range, CC, and tankiness, which makes level 3 ganks very easily, and it makes repeat ganks even easier. And when they get ahead, there's literally nothing most bot lanes can do. And Kayn is so focused on, you know, farming and trying to get his form that he ends up getting left behind because his camp sequencing is so quick. Sometimes when you farm quickly, it can kind of be a negative because you always end up in a place where the enemy jungler might not be if they were slower. Just like, it's sort of a mental thing. It's not really true, it's just it can affect the gameplay, right? If that makes sense. Akali's roaming down, she wants to try and take some. Good grief, I'm missing all my Prey Seekers. I'm glad this is the first one that hopefully not that many people will see. I say that when it's gonna get 1,000 views and then I'm screwed. But it doesn't matter because even if you miss your abilities, even if you can play rusty like a 31-year-old man, you can still carry with Rek'Sai. 7 kills, 6 assists, no deaths. Pure scuttle control. We read Kayn very well this game. The bottom lane gank level 3, we gave up the blue buff, but we got both crabs. See, this is Kayn's good move. He knows that he can sneak into the pit and take the Rift Herald, and that I wouldn't see it. And that I would probably be wanting to gank on the... yeah. Akali, everyone. I so wanted to go for it. And then he does go for it. Why would you... Oh, man, I remember that. I was like, I'm gonna flash kill her. I kind of really overestimated my damage. And then I don't know what Swain was doing. But that was a really good Rift Herald take. If you're Warwick and you're red team, you have the benefit of being able to hit the wall, hit the plant, or float over the wall. And even if you have crab and vision control, the blue team won't see it. And that's such a huge thing. I was so focused on ganking top lane, I didn't even think, oh, he has the balls to steal that Rift Herald. He did. He really did. Now my bottom lane, again, taking the Drake, that's very nice. This is kind of what happens when you are a very hyperactive jungler. You get your lanes fed and they know what to do with it, which isn't always the case, but I figured for first gameplay, it's a good opportunity. Right, what's going on here? What's the next play? Ahri misses her charm, the Q kind of hits, ignite, she dies, Akali gets away. So this is when we had our throw moments. This is definitely a throw moment. And this is it. Every game when you're an early game jungler and you get super fed and the laners are super fed, there's this moment you kind of overestimate your damage and greed. I did so in the top lane. Ahri just did that now, and then Akali. She's such a frustrating champion. I know she's nerfed and not that strong, but God, we have Swain though. Swain's actually kind of strong. The problem was at the London event we had this screen where the screens we used were just regular like 23-inch, 24-inch, 1080p, 140-Hz screens. Were there 140 Hz, 120? Well, I'm on this really big screen that I use for editing that has still high refresh rate, but the mouse sensitivity and getting used to that for the LAN, even though we only played a few games, was very difficult. And then the first game back, I had to kind of readjust my mouse settings. It was a bit messy. But as most of you know from my streams, I miss my skill shots sometimes anyway. Not on Zyra and Ornn, but on Kayn and Rek'Sai, yeah. So here I'm shadowing. The goal is that if he wanted to push, Kayn might come down, but Kayn was on the top side. Our lack of vision now has made it so it's difficult to track where he's going to be. But I see our ping on the minimap there, on the top side, because I assume if he's not down here shadowing the Kayn, he's most likely going to be there. They do have the Rift Herald. Did we get a kill here? Hit the Prey Seeker, flash, into hook, into chomp. See, I tried to ult, I wasn't sure if she was gonna die. Do I get the reset on the ult there? No. See, I kind of hate that. If it doesn't go through, I would like the ult to reset. There we go, that's nice. So again, a little bit of stuck in the in an ARAM mode in the mid lane. You need to get that mid lane tower. If you have a Nautilus, there's follow-up CC as Rek'Sai. Flash, W, pretty much guarantees you the kill when you have the lead. Okay, he took that crab. So my farming hasn't been good from a sequence perspective. Oh, what's going on there? Ahri's killing. Oh, they're killing everyone. I don't have to do much now. I missed the Prey Seeker again. That was a free assist I could have had. Man, that is, jeez. I don't remember this. All I remember is I had many kills, many assists, and I camped lane so well that I wanted to show you all. And I didn't remember all the miscues. I guess it's the takeaway. How informative is this, right? So informative. So Kayn still has the Rift Herald. He's gonna float on down, get his blue buff. Yep. Now from a Rek'Sai perspective, let's see. Level 3 gank, bottom lane was good. Scuttle, mid lane gank, and we got a gank off on the top lane, and then we counter ganked the Kayn. So that's the core takeaway is for your early game, all 3 lane ganks, predict the enemy jungler, and counter gank him on the top side. That was pretty much what set us in. And then when you respawn, I didn't go straight back to my Krugs. I went straight to my, I went straight to the bottom lane again, assuming that the Kayn and the Orianna, given they were missing, would look to make something happen on the bottom side. And basically, those fights, that was game right there. And the cheese and giving all the plates. Basically, I sat there and let my bot lane get all the plates. That's free. In terms of improvement, tracking Kayn a little better in terms of his Rift Herald take would have been good. And this mid-game thing, I usually get a little trapped into sort of catching up on my farm when I shouldn't. What do I do here? Okay, that's a good ward over the top. We have the tunnel. I don't know if we can kill her, though. I don't know where Kayn is either. My Ahri's bottom lane. Okay, here we go. Oh, there's Kayn. No, I don't think we should take this. Let's take the Herald back out. Yeah. So they got 3 on the top side. Now what you can do is shove mid, but we already have the tower. We need to get these top towers. These are what we call standing gold. Those towers that you can take that are there. Beautiful hook into knock-up. He's gonna ult me, so I'm gonna move away from his team, away from a wall as much as I can. And then we can follow that up. Do I have my ultimate? Yeah, I do. Okay. Here we go. Okay, good Jhin ult. Hit the Prey Seeker, smite, knock up, Q, dead. And I survive. Huzzah! Nice Ruffle Stump game to open. Don't worry, we will have more competitive games in the future. I just wanted to talk about this one first. Now, in terms of closing this kind of game, a lot of people actually end up throwing, especially in low elos. Why? Because Kayn becomes sort of 2 champions in 1. The enemy team might even have a Kayle. It's weird, you know, I could easily just clickbait this as pure domination, and I don't. I sort of apologize for it being a stomp. Is that weird, or is that good? I don't know. Like, if this was Night Blue's channel, it would just be 1v9 Rek'Sai early game gank. But he lost the Herald and he missed Prey Seekers. I don't think I'd feel comfortable doing that whatsoever. Is he AFK? No, he's not. He's down 2 levels, though. It's nice when you have an IC. So I set the trap here. I said in chat. There you go. I didn't even have to use my... Did I use my bite? Yeah, I did. I keep using my bite before it's red. It's just like in a muscle memory. I don't know why. In this game. Not normally. It's just... When I'm getting back into Rek'Sai, I sort of miss these things. Drake's up. Go back. Spend your gold. He's got 88 to 83 CS. I suppose we should give him that victory. But look at his vision score. That's important to note. 8-9 with a scanner. I always have 2. I'm not sure if you've been tracking it, but I always have 2 control wards as much as possible. I mean, I buy 7 to 9 on most games, and that's even short games. It's an 18-minute game. I got 2 in my pocket here. Because you move it as you move around the map. It's so important, even in low elos. And when you're fed and ganking a lot, and you got 9 kills and 9 assists, it doesn't really matter whatsoever. Because you'll have enough items, gold for items, and you'll have enough gold and slots for the control ward. It only really becomes an issue later in the game. And if you're a laner and you have a Doran's Blade or Doran's Shield or Doran's Ring, and it's 20 minutes, please sell it. Sell it and go and get yourself a beautiful control ward. It will help you win the game way more. There we go. Look at the chain CC. I love chain CC. Chomp dead Akali. Chain CC is beautiful. If you want to please me in any way, chain CC, lots of vision. If I watch a VOD of anyone and they don't have those things, do we steal this away? No, I don't. I'm just trying to shadow him, make sure he doesn't go back so we can get the tower. See, I moved my control wood up there now. Now we got denied, we got vision control in their jungle. We had it on the dragon, then we had it there. It's beautiful. It's the most important thing. There we go. I think, do we greed here to try and end? It's important not to try and greed. Now, in theory, you want to go for the Baron at 20. We could actually just fall back right now to Baron. Because people are dead. I think we should have. The gutsy call would just be full back to Baron, because you can see that they headed on the bottom side, and you got two inhibitors down. But they wanted to go spend their gold. There's 2 schools of thought. Spend your gold, come back together, do the Baron, or just fall back together, get the Baron, and then go back and then just push the win. So Ari and I get a little bit cheeky here. The ult into my ult. Use a stopwatch to avoid any damage coming through. He dies. We get caught up in the 3-man. See, you gotta be careful with these throws. And then I think I get the Lilith on the side. And then I die. But now, because of that, we have 11 kills, 11 assists, and 1 death. And all the minions are pushing on. The Nexus actually ends up falling here. So, a little bit of an informal, semi-informative look at gameplay. Let me know if you would prefer pro players, what levels, what champions. I might even throw in a webcam with my own perspectives. But welcome to this fresh channel. I hope it can be a bit more frequent in terms of content. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like, share, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. We gotta build this from the ground up. And as always, I will see you all in the next gameplay.